Knowledge is wealth. Who knew, huh?
Mhm.
You know, when I was growing up, I thought that wealth was all about money. Nice house, nice car. You know, all the golds and bling blings and stuff.
Mhm.
And then I realized that knowledge. Knowledge is wealth, not money. Money give you things, but money is actually is nothing. Money is just a paper that you can have it right now. It will go away. Okay. Um, you know, Being wealthy, having a big house, is still not wealthy, because you know what? A man can take your house, a man can take your car, a man can take everything from you, but there's one thing they will never take from you: a knowledge.
That's true. Um, and the other thing I was thinking about is the idea of generosity. And when we think about giving something to people we love or just giving of ourselves, we often think about like money to give or money to buy gifts to give. And lately, I've been thinking so much about the value of sharing your wealth with people. Um, I can think back to people in my life 30 years ago who took the time to teach me things. Yeah, it's sometimes teachers, but I'm talking about the teachers who were there for you during lunch, before and after school. They helped you whether it was their subject or not, just like really, really supported. But I'm also talking about like my last workplace. I worked at a real estate agency, and actually, when I started that career, I was nervous that it was going to be very cutthroat and competitive, and I was thrilled to find a real estate agency, Seven Gables in Orange County, where everybody from the CEO to my manager to every agent, the IT person, the receptionist, everyone was hyper focused on making my job easier, on supporting and teaching and giving tips and tricks. All the other agents, we just stand in the kitchen, eating our lunches, having, coffee, whatever, and just sharing ideas. And especially because I was brand new at it,
Yeah,
people are like, oh, well, have you tried this? Well, if you need any help with it, just let me know. And so, this concept of just giving generously of your knowledge is something that Toby and I have been exploring this week.
yeah. I confess that just 2 years ago that I realized that you know, and having a nice car, driving a nice car actually is just show off, is nothing. I guess that's why I sold my car, right? But I realized that after I joined the Entry Institute, and I joined the institute to just create a business, so I can have some extra income. But and then they give me some more. Of course, I came across of people full of knowledge, and not only knowledge, they have so much wealth of knowledge, right? And they're willing to share, right? We have this big community, Entry Institute, that I can go in the community and ask one question, and I have like 30, 40, 50 people answer the questions, and give the idea. Oh, this is how I do it. Oh, this is how I do it. Oh, do this way. Oh, that's the easy way. It's just amazing how we share information with each other and supporting each other. Giving each other knowledge, and I'm grateful for that. You know.
And you're saying all that, and we also have a coach, and we've paid for a certain number of hours of coaching. But he just says, like, well, just reach out in between if there's anything you guys need help with.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
you called him this week, and you guys spent like an extra hour,
I know, right? Yeah, and then
right?
Martin, thank you, man. Yeah, I call him. I say, hey, Dan,
I'm stuck.
I'm stuck right here, and he said, okay, I'll call you. Go to the Zoom meeting. I will call you in the next 2 minutes,
Yeah, it
and
was awesome.
we spend another hour, you know, and he just showed me this stuff around. He actually saved me a lot of money. You know, and why? Because he's willing to share his knowledge.
That generosity of
Okay.
knowledge. And when
Yeah.
you recognize,
Yeah.
this leads right into my next point. When you recognize that your knowledge is a gift, then you give it more freely, as a matter of fact. Because I think that some people hide. So this is where it gets to, do you look in the mirror and recognize the knowledge that you have and its value,
Mm-hmm.
and the knowledge that you could then share with other people? I think there's a few reasons why people don't share their knowledge more freely with the world. One reason is that people unfortunately look in the mirror and say, I have, like, what knowledge are they talking about? I have nothing. So I really want to address that. Let's address that first.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went on TikTok last night not TikTok, YouTube last night in preparation for this video, right? And I was like, what's one thing that like we all probably know how to do, right? So I searched how to fold jeans. 431, the in the top videos I saw, 431,000 views on one video about how to fold jeans. And then on that same page was how to make a purse out of jeans. 4.6 million views. Right? Yeah. And maybe I don't know how to do either of those things well. So maybe I should watch the videos. And that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be some major skill. Look throughout your day today at things that you do. Do you know how to get the burnt stuff off of a frying pan real well? Make a video. Please tag me in it because I need to learn that skill as well. What else do you just do throughout your day that I'm like, I bet someone else would benefit from learning this trick?
Yeah, I mean, you'd be amazing how much you know
Mm-hmm.
that people doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's just amazing. You just need to be aware of things you do. Okay, um, you when you put something out there, and especially nowadays, we're in the 21st century, that it's so easy to share your knowledge. You can just go on Facebook and make a video, or or just write a article, right? And somebody else is like, oh wow, that's amazing. For us, for example, we learned a lot from
From YouTube.
from YouTube, or
I mean,
from
everybody does.
yeah, I know everybody does, right? But we find out that we can anything we thought about it, we just go and search on YouTube,
Yeah.
and there is somebody out there sharing their knowledge. Okay, and that's so valuable for for humanity. All right, now we are sharing our knowledge with each other, and it's not just people that living in your state or in your country. It's people all around the world sharing their knowledge and grow, make you grow and make you more valuable in life, make you, of course, money is just nothing. Okay, money is nothing. You can give people's money.
I kind of feel like last week you said money's everything.
No, I didn't say that. Yes, money is everything to buy material things. Okay.
Okay.
Money, money is still some valuable, thing to have, because without money, what you gonna do? You're gonna live on the street. All right. You're gonna eat. You're not gonna eat. It's hard without money.
But without
But
money, you like without if you have knowledge, you can always figure
yes,
out how to make money.
okay, a guy like my dad, for example. My dad doesn't need money to live. Okay, my dad can grow his own food, can get his own animal. My dad can do anything, can talk about everything. He's one of the smartest men out there. Well, I didn't know, and because most of my life, I just was that kind of kid. I want to do whatever I want. I didn't listen to my dad for so long, until now. I'm looking. I'm that asshole, and I see my dad different way now, and I see that the man is a smart man that know a lot of stuff, do a lot of stuff, and my dad doesn't need money to live. he can live forever with no money, and he can be live a healthy person and do everything. He can grow food from nothing. All right. So that being said, that is a knowledge and that's a wealthy. He's a wealthy man. Okay. He's a wealthy man when he has his knowledge that he will take with him. That's the only thing he will take with him when he's gone. Okay.
And we
Uh,
often talk, last week we talked about investing in yourself. We've talked about personal
mhm.
development, professional growth, right? We always think that investing in knowledge is the best investment. In fact, today we are going right after this. We're jumping in the car. We're going to Los Angeles all day from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. to see Vishen Lakiani,
Mhm.
the founder of Mind Valley, and learn his new meditation techniques and kind of what's on the cutting edge at Mind Valley right now. So that's an exciting investment in our
Yeah, that's
knowledge that we
awesome.
can come back and share with you
Oh
guys.
yes.
Um, but the other thing that I want to talk about, first of all, I want to say we're not necessarily encouraging or pressuring anybody, you have to be a YouTuber, right? Um, I know that a couple years ago that would have just been off the table for us. Like, no, we're not going to be YouTubers,
Yeah.
right? We want to do real work. But now, that's something that we've chosen, and it's just, it takes a lot of time and practice to feel comfortable just talking freely. And we appreciate knowing that you guys are out there, especially those of you who show up all the time: Joseph, Antoinette,
Mm.
Margaret, Philip, Darren, just showing up all the time for us. Really love it. Um, but even if you don't choose to share your knowledge on a public platform, um, first of all, did you know that you can post videos on YouTube that don't go to the public? There's three options. If you haven't been in there, you can create them for the public. You can create them private, which is just for you. But there's also a third option called unlisted. So I could go in and make a video on YouTube and only share it with Tovy so that he would, be able to watch that video or know how to do that thing, right? So that's something you could do, is make a video and then send it to somebody who asks you for that information. I'm thinking about like cousins and nieces and nephews across the country, right? Where you're like, oh, sure, I could help you with that.
Yeah.
Being the person that they know, and kind of maybe developing your expertise. I know a lot of you are amazing cooks. And so, what if you got in a habit of filming your recipes, of
Yeah.
filming how you cook things, and sharing that with the next generation so that your family recipes carry on, right? Because the time has changed from when the younger generation necessarily was in the kitchen with us
Mhm.
cooking. But there's a lot of people in the younger generation who want to learn how to cook, but they're learning from YouTube. But what if they had access to your knowledge?
Yeah.
And on that same note, look around at the people in your neighborhood, the people in your home, the people in your church, wherever your community is, and see if there's some piece of knowledge that you may be able to share. This all comes with a caveat. You got to not like be imposing with it, right? Like there's a balance here between like not sharing any knowledge at all versus like oversharing your knowledge with people who aren't that interested,
Yeah.
right? And so you've got to walk that line and be like, hey, I could help you with that. Would you be interested? Right?
Yeah. I mean, there's this saying, if you give a man a fish, they will eat one day.
Mm,
If you teach a man how to fish, they will eat every day.
that's true.
And that's true. And that actually has been a saying that I've been using all my life. And I'm the kind of person that I like to learn stuff, and I like to do stuff myself. And I got frustrated when I don't know how to do stuff.
Mm,
But when I find somebody that teaches me how to do that stuff and I learn how to do it, I'm so grateful, and I want to share it with somebody else
mm-hmm.
right away. Not because to show off that I know it, but just to to share it with somebody else.
Pass
Hey,
it forward.
yeah, pass it forward. And I always do that, and I always do that, even in my all my jobs I have. I always teach somebody to go farther, and I guess that's why I get a lot of promotions in all my jobs, and so I guess that's why most of my coworkers follow me more than I follow their own manager. Right? I've been doing a lot of jobs that my coworkers follow me, do what I said, and they don't do what manager said most of the time. And yes, I got in trouble sometimes because the manager got pissed because they listen to me, they don't listen to them. Okay,
What are you gonna do?
what I'm gonna do? Because I like to share my knowledge to other people. I like people to know stuff. If I know something, I'm not keeping to myself. I have to let it go to somebody else to learn that. And but always do this, but I didn't know why I do that. And now that I'm in the business to share it, and that's wow, look at where I am right now. And actually, all I had all this preparation all my life to be sitting in this chair right now, to share whatever knowledge I have. You know, I'm not sharing my knowledge because I'm genius. I know everything. I have so much to learn, but I want everything I learn, I want to share with you. Okay. On and off, we have customer, we calls, and they were like, are you sure you're gonna do this for free? I'm like, yes. And you can call me every single day for the rest of your life. I will help you if whatever you need. If I have some knowledge to share with you, I will share with you. Really? Say yes. And people doesn't believe that. We are sharing our knowledge. We are finding information to help you, and there is no charge at all to that, because this is what we choose to do. All right. And I'm so blessed to have that. I'm so blessed to have all of you to listen to us, to listen to us, to support Awesome Life 101. And we're really in this business to help you to get more knowledge so you can move forward, you know,
So we
uh,
can all move
and
forward
all move
together.
forward together.
That's
Okay, I don't
awesome.
want to leave nobody behind. Okay.
So I just lost my train of thought when you said that. Well, one thing I did want to talk about, I had said there's two reasons why people may not be sharing their knowledge freely. And the first one is that you may not have recognized your gifts. So I'm hoping that at this point we've talked a lot about, you've kind of started thinking about people in your life who've given generously of their knowledge, started thinking about maybe some skills or knowledge that you have that you could share. But the other thing that's really deep that holds people back from sharing their knowledge, I kind of touched on it earlier too, where you're afraid of what people's response will be. Right? And this can get formed very, very early in childhood. Usually our patterns of thinking get formed between the age of 0 and 7, and they're all set there, and then everything kind of that happens after that is a recreation or a confirmation of the stories that we told ourselves from 0 to 7 based on the experiences we had. So if at any time from 0 to 7 you tried to share knowledge and were shut down, how dare you? You're just a little kid. How dare you try to tell me something? Stop showing off. Stop being too much. If at any time you felt dismissed or discouraged from sharing your knowledge, you've probably repeated that pattern throughout your life so that every time you share your knowledge, you perceive negative feedback. There may be all kinds of feedback, but you set yourself up to experience and see the negative feedback. And that can be really scary then when you think about putting yourself out there and sharing your knowledge, even with a close friend.
Yeah.
You're afraid you're going to get hurt. Or even with the public, you're afraid you're going to get hurt. Here's what I've learned. If we open up our sphere beyond the 10 people that we're closest with, and we think of the 10,000 people who could benefit from this piece of information, right? Like the one I was saying about getting the burnt stuff off the pan,
Mhm.
right? Forget about the 10 people closest to you. Don't think about whether this would serve them or what they would think of you. Think about the 10,000 people that lives might be easier and better if they knew this one trick. And when you stay focused, when we stay
Yeah.
focused, not on, what our friends and family need to know or will think of what we're putting out, but just like this grander audience, it makes it easier. So I would like to suggest that. And we do have friends and family who are big supporters who follow us, but we have a lot of friends and family who don't, and that's fine. They're not our audience, and that's okay. Um, so, moving on, the other thing is that I know as brand new business owners or people who are thinking about starting businesses, there can be some desire to protect your business ideas. I've heard it, I've seen it, and all I know is all the best of the best try their ideas out in public first before they start like creating the product and marketing it, right? They just go out and start talking about this thing that they have an idea about. Elon Musk does it. Jeff Lerner did it for sure. Just start putting, and we're in a lot of marketing trainings all the time, and they say that you can put out like 80% of your knowledge of your content for free, and it actually increases your revenue by giving away your knowledge. Because why? Because it positions you as a knowledgeable person, as a
Giver.
giver, as a leader. People understand clearly what you're about. So if you think you're going to start a restaurant and you don't want anyone to know your secret recipe or your angle, right? And you're protecting it, then when you start your restaurant, there's no what's the word? Like common consciousness about it. So when you start putting things out there about your ideas, you start building the common consciousness about it, and people start thinking about that idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when we started business, and my my first video, you know, if I look at my first video today, and look at my first video in my last video, yesterday, it is a completely transformational. I mean, it's amazing how much change I can see in myself. You know, for less than 2 years ago, I was the kind of person that I had a Facebook account, but I barely even put pictures on it. You know, I didn't not even. I just had a Facebook account. All right, and I didn't put all in any stuff on it, no information. Just once in a while, put some pictures, but it's like 3 pictures a year, and and now it's like I'm constantly every single day posting pictures and videos and all that every single day. All right, but prior to that, it was like a terrifying thing to do. Why I have to put my life, online for everybody to see, and now it's like how much I can put it on, how much more I can give. All right, it's like can I just learn more stuff so I can put online for somebody else to learn about it. But I was hiding a lot of stuff. I was hiding a lot of stuff, like hiding, my life, my way of living. Um, you know, um, uh, I mean, it's been a time that I don't even want people to know that I'm driving a freaking nice super car. You know what I mean? I was like, no, I don't want to, people to know I'm driving just nice car and all that stuff. But then I realized that it's not about that, man. It's not about that. I need to share my knowledge more. So yeah,
Just share yourself.
share myself more. But yeah, but start to stay at home and start my new business. You know, I didn't need a car. I sold it. I sold the car. I don't need a car right now. And I'm the kind of man. I had a car when I was 14. And I always have a car in my life. And now we for the first time we have one car in the family that we're sharing it. And I don't even care about car right now. It is so much that I'm thinking about. I don't even care about cars anymore. To driving a nice car and all that stuff. All I care about is which book I'm gonna be reading. You know
Thank
what I
you.
mean?
I'm like, where are you going with this?
You know what I mean?
Got
It's
it.
like, okay, what kind of book is out there that is gonna give me more knowledge so I can share it.
Podcasts,
You know,
YouTube
it,
channels.
it's just amazing. Just
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
how I transform my life. And now I feel I have a new purpose. A new way of wealth. And my wealth now is how many books I'm reading, how many knowledge I'm having, so I can share it, so I can give it to you, uh, give give to the world. Because at the end of the day, when I'm gone, um, the legacy I want to leave is how much knowledge I left. You know, is not how many properties or cars that I left. But that's just nothing. I'm not taking that with me. But my knowledge is gonna go with me for sure. Right? So that's why I'm here to give. I'm here to give to you, no cost, all my knowledge. And as much as learn it, you will know as well, because I'm going to be here to share with you. And I just recommend for you to just you don't have to be me, but you can do the same. You can read a book, get a nice book, and read it. And just you can even Google, man. You Google for information that you want to know, anything you
And
want
then
to know
drop
on that.
some of it
Yeah,
on
and
somebody else.
yeah,
And I want to close up because we need to get on our way to LA.
yeah.
But I want to say, please use our group, Awesome Life 101, as a place to start dropping some knowledge or skills on the public, right? And so we have self promotion Sunday.
Hmm.
Maybe we'll add a whole nother day. Like, just drop some skills, just drop some knowledge, a little tip. So you can start today while we're off in LA. Ooh, that rhymes.
Hmm.
Um, think about one thing that you can share that could maybe make someone's life better. I know some of you have already been doing that, and we
Hmm.
appreciate it greatly.
Yeah.
But hopefully that will grow, and hopefully you'll share with us too. Like, what are your unique skills that maybe you could work on sharing more? So, with that,
What that being said,
we'll see you next week.